Welcome to this language focus that's going to deal with the basics of agreeing and disagreeing with other people. Let's take a look. First thing that we always should take into consideration is that we're going to try and be polite. Politeness implies that we're not going to be very direct to people, so we're not going to say yes, but, no, but, or simple yes, no. We're just going to try and frame those words in a more polite way, and we're going to give you some expressions to do that shortly. Next to being polite, it's very important to listen to what the other person is saying. And how can you show that? Well, through your body language, by nodding, and also by using language. Explicitly saying, well, you have got a good point there. I see what you mean. You raise an interesting issue here. So you acknowledge, I've been listening to what you, the other speaker, has been saying. Then the next phase is getting feedback. To make sure that you understand the other person correctly, you can reformulate what they have said. Saying things like, so, in other words, you are saying that this is the case. Or you could say something like, if I understand you correctly, you argue in favour for X. Next to reformulating opinions, you can also ask for clarification if anything is unclear. Do you mean by that in this case this would happen? Or are you saying that if we approach the problem from this angle, there's a very simple solution? Always of getting feedback. So by being polite, by listening, and by getting feedback, we already get into a kind of situation that makes it easy for us to either agree or disagree. Start with agreeing. You can agree with somebody totally or disagree totally, but this is just a continuum. There are many different gradations along the line. Let's take a look at these. You can start with a complete, full way of agreeing, saying I totally agree, or I couldn't agree more. That's just what I was thinking, or toning it down a bit, well, I agree. A bit softer then is I kind of agree, but I'm not sure about this or that detail. Or I tend to agree, but I still have some doubts. All different ways of showing that you agree. How can we then show that we disagree? By saying things like, well, I completely disagree. Couldn't disagree more. That would never work. Or you could say, I think you're overlooking an important aspect here. And if that aspect is reality, then you're really saying that you don't agree at all. Or, with some gradation, I have to disagree on some level, and then you can develop what level that would be. Or again, the I tend to disagree, I'm not sure about certain elements. So what we've seen here for agreeing and disagreeing is that it's very important to be polite, to listen, and also to try to get some feedback. And then once we start to agree or disagree, that there are gradations, and that you can use special expressions to achieve that true nuance of what you're trying to say. Good luck with your speaking exercises.